Greetings, friends and people. Danny here with the Undiscovered Country. And this time around, I've got something a little bit different. First off, I have a bit of a confession to make. Now, this year was the 250th anniversary of the United States founding. And for the past 10 years, I've been studying this world, trying to figure out what's the best way to live, and what are the biggest problems that I could spend my time trying to solve. And it seemed as though it's clear now that freedom, liberty, and the principles of natural law are the most important aspects of our entire civilization. And they've been under attack for, thousands of years. But we are in a very dangerous time, mainly because people don't really understand what freedom means. People don't know what rights are. And if you don't know what your rights are, then they're pretty easy to take from you. So if we allow these criminals who would love to be our rulers and our masters to get away with taking our rights and restricting our natural inborn liberty, then we are going to leave our children with a hell world that frankly cannot be allowed to happen. So, for the past several years, the 4th of July has mainly been a depressing day for me because I look around at people celebrating while their rights and freedom are being destroyed, albeit somewhat covertly. So there's a little bit of grace there, but it's becoming so blatant now that if you don't see it, it's because you don't want to see it. And this is a problem. So with it being this 250th anniversary, this celebration of when we decided we're not going to have any masters, any kings ruling over us. We're going to build our own society where, we govern ourselves, essentially, based on these principles that, you are born with certain rights, and they're not the gifts of some government or some authority, and they need to be respected in a modern society. Now, this past 4th of July, because I don't really know anyone who was going to try to talk about freedom or impress upon people the need to actually care about the destruction of rights, I took it upon myself to try to, have some conversations and really to make a speech, which I wrote down, and it was pretty good, actually. However, the confession part is that over this past 10 years, I've become a little bit jaded, and I'll say it like it is. I've become, I have a lot of anger towards fucking everyone, including myself. Probably none more so than myself, but yeah, I'm pissed off in general. And on the 4th of July, when I see people, really just looking to get drunk and, wearing their fucking American flag shorts and t-shirts, I don't get offended at a lot, but, it offends me when people are celebrating these things that they don't understand, and in a time when they are being destroyed. And so I, tried to make the speech, but because I've got a lot of this anger that I'm not getting out properly, one of the first lines of the speech is pretty judgmental, and actually right before I called attention to myself in this parade, I actually toned down a notch because I was already, I was sensing trouble beforehand, but in the moment I was like, they're not going to like this at all. And it's essentially what happened. And so, yeah, my confession is this is my fuck up. Because, yeah, when you come at people like a judgmental dick, naturally people aren't going to like it. Even if what I'm fucking saying is true, people nowadays are honestly pussy ass cowards, and it needs to be said like that. Okay? And now that I have some space to actually like put out my thoughts, I don't see myself separate from the crowd. Like, I am a coward as well, and it infuriates me a lot that I have allowed myself to just allow this weakness to continue in myself. And when I see it outside as well, people not even giving a shit about working on it, I kind of see red. So I want to do something about it. And this is basically the result, just to kind of clue you in on how this went. I'm sure you can gauge by my tone how this goes, and this is the reaction that I got.
A right. Can you give me the definition of what a right is?
Yeah, to get the fuck out of here. That's what I would say.
Honey,
This is your right, this is your left.
So you don't really care about actual real liberty? Like,
No, it says, my God and Savior gives me my liberty. I don't know if I do, but my faith comes from my God.
okay, but you understand people can take away your rights.
No.
Yeah, so, people are drunk, so you can give them a little bit of grace, but we're not in a good place. Anyway, long story short, I don't want to belabor this because I just need to get this out, because I did write a pretty good speech, and really I'm trying to get people to come together to fix this, to fight this criminal organization that's running the planet right now. So I'm just going to give the speech so that it can be out there and I can, put it in the public for posterity's sake. So here's that. Just allow me to preface everything I'm about to say. Peace is our strength. Peace is the way to change this society and our world. Everything I'm about to say, I say because I genuinely care about your well-being, and you're all in mortal danger. So, it's tough love time, boys and girls. You people wear patriotism like a fucking Halloween costume. That's the point. That's the part that I kind of dialed down. But I'm just going to fucking say it. So, how many of you actually study the philosophies of liberty, of freedom? How many of you read the writings of our founders? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and that they are endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights. What does it mean to have a right? That question is at the heart of this country. If you don't have a clear understanding of what a right is, then you don't understand true freedom. Do you think these rights are connected to objective morality? That being the difference between right and wrong? I wonder why we've used the same words in these two ways. Our right to assemble, to speak freely, and to bear arms are the immune system of our society that protect us, shown themselves as greed and lust for power. All experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than they are to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they have become accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism. It is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government. Pursuing invariably the same object. What do you think that object is? Do you think the divine royalty of Europe just wanted to help keep us safe? Or did they want to own us and dominate our wills? These people are still here. Their means of subjugation have only become more sophisticated. We live in an era of technological mind control. Your confusion is engineered through information warfare and a healthy dose of neurotoxins from the food and water supply. The very air around you is charged with highly energetic electromagnetic fields, which disrupt nearly every electrical signal in your body, making it very easy to condition you to think and feel and react in certain ways. Ways that result in quick judgments of complex issues which you don't understand. And once the arrogant decide to believe something, admitting you're wrong becomes very difficult. What? You think it's a coincidence the country is divided down the middle, with each side 100% sure that they're right? Only the strong have the ability to admit when they're wrong. Only the strong actively take in new information so they can find out where they're wrong. Only the strong can resist their mind control operations, which means only the strong have the ability to fight tyranny. Patriots fight tyranny. You want to be a real patriot? Fight back and get out of mind control now. I've compiled here, which I will list at the end of this video, I've compiled a list of journalists, researchers, and whistleblowers who have detailed important truths. Truths that you need to study and understand. These are not people to trust or believe. These people ask you to look into the primary sources of their claims and come to your own conclusions. This work is your duty. As Americans, as children of nature's God, do your duty. This country needs you to be strong. This planet needs us to be strong again. Because the MAGA crowd has gotten a few things correct. This is the greatest country on the planet. That is an objective statement precisely because of these principles of liberty that we hold dear. This much is clear. We are the last hope humanity has for a free future. So, this is not merely about one man. We face a broad ecosystem of corruption. It is all of them. They are all destroyers and usurpers. Our claimed representatives actually represent the financial elite of this world who placed them there through extortion, bribery, and blackmail. So, if you love wealth greater than liberty, the tranquility of servitude more than the animating contest for freedom, then go home from us in peace. We seek not your counsel, nor your arms. Crouch down and lick the hand that feeds you. May your chains set lightly upon you, and may posterity forget that you were ever our countrymen. For if we prioritize safety over freedom, we deserve neither, and we will lose both. And if fear truly does rule your world, our founders had one more thing to say to you. Is life so dear, or peace so sweet, as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death. Liberty or fucking death. That is how much we need to care about freedom to maintain it, and it must be maintained. So please, stop with the tribal mentality. It doesn't matter if your team is in power. They don't care about you. That's just part of the mind control to keep us divided and weak. So there it is. You now have but one choice. It's the same choice we gave you before. Join or die.